Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the story of Jade Empire. No commentary involved.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you. You couldn't see for yourself? I was just retired from the Imperial arena. Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
You? What could you possibly want? You're not here to bet, are you? Betting's only open when there's a match on, and right now, I don't see hundreds of people screaming at me, so I can assume there's no match on. When Kui the promoter gets around to setting one up, go bother him if you really have to know this instant. Of course, he'll take one look at you and say, there's a new fish to throw into the ring. Good money if you fight for him, but that's your business and no care of mine. If you want to find Kui, he'll be upstairs, usually in the fighter's room, just past where the nobles marinate in their own decadence. Right now, it doesn't. No match, no bets. That's not so hard, is it? And don't ask how it works when a match is on. I'm not your teacher. Come to think of it, you look a bit strapping. Why not fight instead of talking to me? Kui the promoter's your man if you're interested. He'll be upstairs a few rooms around the circle. Good, you do that. I need all the quiet I can get before the matches start. Have to build it up so I don't go insane when the crowds come.
I should be getting home to see my wife. Oh well, one more bowl for the road. The palace is completely cut off from us common folks. The palace is complete. Rumor has it that the outer provinces are having as much trouble with ghosts as they are with bandits and raiders. You should stay a while and relax. There's probably a fight starting soon in the arena pit. Rumor has it.
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to spend, I'll be happy to help you out. I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now, so you have all of my attention. You look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up. The man to see is named Kui the Promoter. He knows everything there is to know about this place. Might even be looking for a new body to fill out the roster. This could be your chance. If you're interested, he's usually up in his office, up and around to the back. Stop by again. Miniature Ravager hoods for the kids are coming in any day now. You know you'll want two.
Move along. Nothing to see here. These new sandals are uncomfortable after a few hours. My question is, what am I supposed to do if one of the fighters goes berserk? Don't pester me, or I'll find something to arrest you for. Don't pester me. These new... Move along.
How dare you interrupt me? If you must know, I, Lustful Lao, conqueror of the female kingdom, was emanating my yang. It is but one of my many irresistible charms. You don't see my brimming knowledge of the 232 points of pleasure as documented by Menshi Tsao, the salacious scholar? Or that I perform the stretches outlined in the writings of the now disbanded lascivious order of the abbotless monks every morning? If even these simple things are beyond your ken, sir, then Lustful Lao has no time to spare on you.
Ukir okir wo na piair ukir sotiwi. Nano wo nawaftata sini here uno. Wo tarawir ifuir nupayir fun chikir. Nuk sayir tumpunau tatasi. Sisayir furt was sayir napsan, kir uksayirnan, wo nawair sun ukayir otonoair, nisun puno, asir sun kut. Po was a soso yair.
They'd have to bring a hell of a lot of men.
Sisayir furt was sayir napsan, kir uksayirnan, wo nawair sun punao. Sisayir furt was sayir napsan, kir uksayirnan. Po was a soso yair. Ukayir otonoair, nisun puno, asir sun kut. Nano wo nawaftata sini here uno. Nano wo nawaftata sini here uno. Ukir okir wo na piair ukir sotiwi. Wo ipsoko anir sunsiir of Sayir an nikufunir, aknat nir sawir pika. Hayir fun chik.
I wish Lustful Lao would stop ogling me. It's disgusting. Either grab a table or ask the tavern keeper directly if you want to order. Either grab a table... Busy. The heart of the Empire never slows down this time of year. Either grab a table...
I wish Dr. An were less busy. Her treatments are marvelous. Have you heard those ridiculous rumors about ghosts walking the Empire? I wish Dr. I hear the debates are particularly lively in the Scholars' Garden lately. I hear the debate... This place is always so busy. No wonder they call it the heart of the Empire. Have you heard those ridiculous...
Rumor has it that the outer provinces are having as much trouble with ghosts. You should stay away.
I'm glad I'm not one of those girls always fawning all over the arena fighters. I'm glad I hear the debate...
careful around the fire. Don't want to get scorched, do you? People flood in here to watch the arena matches. As long as we stay busy, I stay employed. Can't beat that. People flood in here. I love the challenge of special orders. A dash of this, pinch of that. I need a dollop of something. A dash.
We're always out of tamarind. Step back. I only care if I get burned. With lemongrass. Lemongrass on the side. Lemongrass removed once cooked. Make up your damn minds. With lemongrass. We're always out of tamarind.
If you're here to play, talk to Daushin. If you're here to play, Daushin's game is the best in the city. Daushin's... If you're...
I was wondering if you'd wander over here to test your luck. It's hard to resist the rattling call of the dice, isn't it? Gambler Daushin's the name. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I? Good odds and fair play. That's how I keep them coming back. A simple enough game called high-low. You predict how you'll roll against my toss and double your coin if you're right. You'll catch on easily enough, I'm sure. The rules are easier than the lonely daughter of an outskirts farmer, my friend. You make a simple prediction of high or low. Then we roll. I throw first and you throw second. If you wagered high and roll above me, you double your wager. If you wagered low and roll below me, you also win. If we roll the same, the house takes all. I can take bets of 1 and 5 silver. Nothing extravagant, I know, but Gambler Daushin plays by the rules. High-low is easy to learn, and people like it. Why change? You take care of yourself and come back soon to the best game in the city.
This is my spot and I'm not moving. Go get your own place. Leave me alone. Go find someone else to bother. Go away, I don't want any. This is my...
Move along.
I follow all the fighters' careers. I can't wait for the next fight to start. The Emperor used to attend these matches, but he stopped coming years ago. I can't wait.
Whoa, back up a bit there. Judge Fang doesn't like people blocking his view of the arena. Yeah, you might make him miss out on seeing someone get their nose broken or their leg or even their skull. He was just saying that there hasn't been a good skull fracture for at least a week. It's put him in a foul mood. I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire. But he pays well, very well. Enough so that we pretend not to see what's going on, though I still feel bad for Breezes sometimes. Gentle Breezes. She's Fang's, concubine. She's over in the next room with the common folk. Fang doesn't like to be seen with her in public. He, doesn't mind her getting up close and personal when they're in private, though. The things she does for him. Not without an appointment, and his schedule's full for the next month. All the ministers are coming in from the outlying towns to make their reports. If he's not meeting with a minister, he's relaxing here, hoping to see somebody beaten to a quivering pulp in the ring, or maybe torn apart by one of the animals. Yeah, that or he's taking a break with Breezes. Poor girl. No amount of silver is worth what she does for him. Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard he caught taking bribes, but restraints, starving dogs, and gravy on certain parts of the body were involved. Fang watched the whole thing, laughing all the while, and when it was done, he went upstairs with Breezes for a little relaxation. Poor girl. Good idea. Come back next month. Fang might be taking appointments by then.
You wouldn't have any hot tips for me, would you? No. No one ever does. Surely someone around here will front me a few silvers just to break this cold streak. I can feel it. Today is going to be my lucky day. I can feel... Okay, I can do this. I can pick a winner. I know it. Surely someone...
Don't you just love the Imperial Arena? No other place like it in all of the Jade Empire. Were you looking for me? I'm Lady Rento, and I was expecting someone sent by Captain Sen. Oh, poor Yukong. Captain Sen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband is insufferable. Yukong's a harmless aspiring actor who asked me if I would act as his patron. Since my husband was away from the city, again, I accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was charming. Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty for poor Yukong. That young man doesn't deserve this. That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He didn't want to face the shame of supporting a humble actor. My husband's a fool, but when he lowers his head, all I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to slow him. I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholars' Garden. Yukong was going to try out for that new play. It's going to be put on soon in the Golden Way, I'm told. Should be exciting to watch. Yukong was going to try out for a role as a scholar, so he may be using his costume to hide in the garden. He's not much of a scholar, so you should be able to spot him. If you happen to find creative Yukong, do go easy on him, would you? The poor boy did nothing wrong, and my husband is being unusually cruel to him. Good luck with your search. I have to get back to the estate. So much to do.
Sorry, big boy. I'm not open for business. Judge Fang's got me on his payroll, and he doesn't like me taking customers on the side. Unless you're into something twisted, then he might want to watch. Fang's always looking for some new perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention. My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side when you spend too many nights with Judge Fang. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things. But at least that sick bastard pays well. Judge Fang's the head of the Ministry of Harmony. He's sitting in the next room with his guards. Likes to come and watch the arena fights. The blood and the beatings in the ring get his fever burning for later. Sometimes that bastard takes it out on me. Other times he makes me take it out on him. He doesn't seem to care either way. There are few things more twisted than Judge Fang's idea of a fun night. I hate him.
He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars, emotional and physical. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. But nothing like this. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no stranger to pain. I know that all too well. I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you just walk away from. He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. He's got the wealth and power to find me wherever I run. I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard, grim fact, but at least he pays well. Go ahead. It's not like I'm going to tell you anything that isn't common knowledge. Good. Let me rest. I've got a feeling I'm in for a long night tonight.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But...
Enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not an appropriate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an infusion of new blood?
This place can chew you up and spit you out, or so I'm told. The drinks are the best in the Empire, though.
Come with me a moment, and we'll engagitate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make. This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed. I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language. Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. You've got what it takes to make it in today's arena. The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I may not have heard your name before, but you walk like one who has seen many battles. You are indeed mysterious, stranger. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. Here you fight for silver. Glory is yours for the taking if you value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could easily retire on your winnings. In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing the way for the Ravager to take his place. You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going to expel in this place. You'll not languish in the qualifiers for long. You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers. If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest champion, who tore his way through the divisions to replace the now retired Raging Ox. Go ask them yourselves if you want to know more. Hapless Hans faced more than a few of them, too, if you want his perspications. Do you have any idea how much paperwork I have to do when a contestant in the Empire's finest tournament dies? Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed. It was a dark day. My predecessor lost several good men when the spells failed during an event he'd ironically dubbed the Feast of the Ogres. I'm no sorcerer, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. They've done so before. Truly, this is a loss for all involved. The offer stands as surely as the wall itself when your senses restore to their proper balance.
Another pathetic gawker here to bask in the glory that is Iron Soldier, the Silver Division champion? What in all the Empire do you want? Questions? I'm going to waste my time on a pathetic dirt kicker like yourself? Not a chance. And please, don't bother firing yourself up to challenge me out of some fool notion of pride. Things aren't done that way here. The guards stop all fighting unless it happens in the pit, or they want it to happen.
I learned about the guards the hard way. Of course, they learned about me, too.
Just leave me alone. I don't talk to spectators.
Wuwuwir wakwakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Kwanak apiyir kwanaruk tatisir si usta. The kawa ir ap u ofir wuwuwir wak fonui unka. Yawa ir wuswair susu no. Utarawi ir kupkitir sanir naur kurk pan. Kop awuka inir u afawafi ithaturo turu uk. The kawa ir ap u ofir wowowir wak fonui unka. Utarawi ir kupkitir sanir naur kurk pan. Uyoir nawarir kunurk nuka uk kin piir ukir ifuir wu. Nara ir uk napir sonkut usatatir tatasir uyu. Yawar ir wuswair susu no. Pir koinir. Uyoir nawarir kunurk nuka uk kin piir ukir ifuir wu. Kop awuka inir u afawafi ithaturo turu.
Thawir nis tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soir ir wu nisir tintina yewir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiruk. On we pifir. Oxair caritas fonir sisair ir furk tatasir. Ir karanos sakupono. Wo panaru wo sawir tatasi ni was sunir prawun. Wo sawir kokonatoi. Tir nik puntuir, poir nokauk, soir takitir noni. Uksiir watuafu ni froto usosawir, uktatasir ni ryoki. Kwan sawir fu ni sawir. Wonowiri fuiruk was safno sisitu. Kwawir ni sisir sisitu, kun, wano sisitu nik on wipifir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. Kitir nonni nikuyo ipierta. Aka wo nawir sawir sansinoka uk napir. Narawir wo ifuir uk sunurk. Uksier watuafu niye froto usosawir uk tatasir ni rioki. Sisai. Kwawir uyu itarir noka sisayir na workut. Wo nisir wir uk noka takuna fifir. Aka wo nawir sawir sansinoka uk napir. Narawir wo ifuir uk sunurk. Kwan sawir funni sawir ukua. Uk wiro ni sawir tatasir yu. Wo nawir sir funni winyanakan. Wo sawir noka uk rapro ni apawafa sansir tuwirwo. Wo you wear Shakespeare, Warsaw.
You go away. Sungbu very busy thinking right now. If you want to talk, Brother Bo is better at it than I am. You go away. You go...
If you wish to speak to one of us, Bo will be the most amenable. Leave me be. I am contemplating. Leave me be. I am... If you must pester one of us, then make it my brother, Sung Bo. Leave...
I'm sorry. You would speak with the Sung brothers? We have no time for simple gawkers. Why not bother someone like hapless Han? He's always willing to waste time with the spectators.
Cast the stones, brother. The 6 triangles of portent indicated that new competition would advance our goals.
Did they really? Surprising. Well then, it seems my brother and the Fates would encourage you to participate in the arena. You should speak with Kui the promoter. Until you prove yourself, leave us be. While my brother Sui may consider you an object of portentous fascination, I do not waste time on spectators. While my brother Sui may...
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you. Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and yet somewhat strange. I don't know what it is about you exactly, but I would say you have been trained like no other warrior in this place. What I do know is that several of the techniques pioneered by what we call the new schools would have astonishing effects on one with your energy. Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist. I do not recognize your voice, but within it I can hear the energy of one trained for combat. Perhaps you should talk to Kui the promoter. He often seeks new warriors to do battle in these ancient halls. Acupuncture is the process of healing the body through the release of its own energies. There are other applications, such as an understanding of the pressure points of the body as well. I release these healing energies through the very precise insertion of needles into the skin. It truly is an art. Acupuncture is also most ancient science, studied as long as the Empire has stood. Those studies benefit the warriors in this place most directly. How can you fight in the dark? We learn these things through study and discipline. The nerves of the hand are incredibly sensitive. The eyes can be fooled by something as insubstantial as light. I would not say that losing my sight at a young age was a gift, but I have not let it become a burden either. My techniques for releasing your untapped inner energies are newer and slightly more radical. but even they benefit from a century of research and years of practice. Put simply, your body possesses incredible energies, some of which can fall out of balance, putting the body at risk of disease. Acupuncture releases blockages in your body's meridians, natural pathways for this energy, allowing your body to restore its balance. The new schools have found ways to optimize the body's energy pathways to make you stronger than you would be normally. You would have to practically abandon your pursuit of martial prowess to understand them more fully, but you have other skills to hone. Of course, only through the broadening of our conversations can we broaden our minds. I'm afraid I can't help you. I know all the fighters, but I'm not at liberty to discuss them. I'm certain you understand the ethics at stake. My knowledge of their strengths and weaknesses would be a weapon in the wrong hands. Of course, have a look.
As sure as a dog will scratch where the flea bites, I knew you would return. Fighting's in your blood, and you'll itch until you test yourself in this grand contest. Testing yourself against the finest in the Empire. What else could a young man dream of? What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels? I've heard that one before. Have you any idea how many board students peramputate down here from the Scholar's Garden? Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you. Now that's a decisive name. Tiger lifts the mountain it is, if you're certain. Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight, and I'll get you started. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. Any other questions? One other thing. You should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
We're all one big happy family.
You're a big, happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have something to say. Han isn't a champion exactly, but he's solid enough that all fighters must beat him before they can leave the qualifiers. I like hapless Han personally. He never quits trying. Reminds me of a young me trying to clamber my way up from the streets. He'll go far, you rest assured. For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style closely to see how you fare. Impress me, and I'll take you to the top. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take Raging Ox, who danced around the beast singing drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager, who defeated him in a single blow. I should take a moment and explain the system we use here. I like to keep things simple and organized. Any other way, and things get more convoluted than the celestial court on the Emperor's birthday. When you're ready for your match, ask me about it, and I'll give you a quick summary of your opponent. I'll be setting up your matches, of course. Various enchantments woven in this place keep the fights from being deadly, but they're no less real. You'll feel the pain if you don't keep your defense up. Are you ready to get started? If that's the decision you want to make, it's your profanation. You just let me know when you've changed your mind. I must say, I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
The brothers Sung greet our fellow combatant warmly. I am Sung Bo, this is my little brother Boo, and my older brother Sui.
Do not bother me. Introductions merely clutter the mind.
I don't think they was bothering you, Sui. It's Bo being talked to.
Do not worry too much about us, though. There are many fights between you and the Sung brothers, but we shall humor your questions.
We don't know nothing about the army.
Please excuse Brother Boo. He occasionally feels the need to speak on things to which he has not given his full attention.
We should not discuss the city, brother, while we are within its bounds.
Do the stars show the dragons in ascension again? Then we should not speak of the city for now. The very topic is risky. Please accept our apologies. I'm certain one of the others would be happy to tell you about the city. You'll only deal with the lower ranks at this point. Bother us about fighters when you advance to a respectable level. Oh yes, we shall see you around. Of that you can be sure.
Onu yuir indikan sun puiranuk pakuk. Ono yusayir. Ukwiro ni sayir tatasiyeru yu. Wo nawir siyir fu ni winyanakan. Tir nik puntuir. Poir nokauk. Sayir takitir noni. Uksiyir. Wat tuafu. Froetro soir fuarir nsonsi nokauk frotir noni. Uktatasir ni ryoki, ka sisayir na work awukategi. Onu yuir indikan sun puiranuk pakuk, ono yusayir. Wo panaro wosawir tatasi ni wasunir prawun, wosawir kokonatoi. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiyeruk. kitir nonni nikuyo ipiyerta. Wano wiri fuwirok wasaf no sisitu. Wawir ni sisiyir sisitu kun wano sisitu nig on wipifir. Sayer uy... Woyo wir Shakespeare woso. Woni. Kop awuka.
You look a shade better than the usual cowardly dogs we get through here. Just a shade, though. So you've earned the right to talk to me. Lucky you. Iron Soldier's the name, though everyone just calls me Soldier. You may as well do the same. If I waste time talking to you, it's because I can respect that you're prepared to lose terribly in the arena. Haven't you figured it out yet? I don't like you. You're nothing more than a worm, and I don't talk to worms. Now go on and leave me alone. We've got nothing to talk about. Given half the chance, yes. If you can't handle it, you don't need to talk to me. There's some people who call the way I operate walking the low path, but they're fools. Talking about the low path is an attempt to deride the philosophy of those of us who see the truth. There's no real altruists in this world, just people who explain their actions with reasons that are easily palatable to the masses. I refuse to kowtow to those kind of lies. I'm a warrior. People either challenge me and grow stronger, or run away like weaklings. Like I care. It's in my nature to rail against simpering fools, and by being true to the discord I cause, I'm made that much stronger. That's all there is to it. I'm not here to hash this over with you. If you want that, go bother the scholars or one of those saps in the Black Leopard School on the hill. Good. Go bother someone else.
Hello there. I'm Han, though fans and, well, everyone else call me Hapless Han. It's not such a bad thing. Fighting in the lower divisions means I never run afoul of the Ravager. Our current champion has nearly killed his last two opponents. See, I look on the bright side of things. Even if my losses make people call me hapless, are numbers really that important? In my mind, it's trying your best that counts. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Things aren't exactly glamorous here in the qualifying round, are they? Now, what can I do for you? You have something on your mind? I'm happy to help. I'm sure you can find your way around, but I've been here all my life. I can tell you about the scholars, the common folk, and even a bit about the Emperor himself. Emperor's son is a savior to the Empire. He created a never-ending supply of water for us. It's just too bad his daughter isn't a bit more respectful of tradition. Then again, her father has changed the way things are done, so I suppose that's to be expected. He sealed himself away in the palace. When in the time of the drought, he was a leader and an inspiration. It's a shame that he's become so private. At his last appearance, he seemed so full of life. It was like he hadn't aged a day in 20 years. Perhaps trying to curtail his daughter keeps him young. Princess Leon is a willful child, they say. Don't take that to mean I know her personally, but everyone says she's willful. To be fair, that could be good in a ruler. Still, you have to respect tradition. I'm not exactly sure what she's done that's so bad, but I know it set the nobles aflame with gossip. I agree, and I would never question the Emperor. He is a visionary leader. It's just that before, we could see where he was leading. Still, I see what you're saying. Look at the endless flow of water he brought to the Empire. It's new, and he changed the face of the palace to pour the water forth to the lands. The first change to the palace since the time of sagacious Qian, in fact. That's a good reason to break with tradition, and one we all understood. Hiding himself away, however? That's something no one understands, and that isn't right. All right. I like them. Half are as crazy as a drunken chicken, but they occasionally come up with some ingenious ideas like the flyers. You'll find that the most revered scholars tend to keep to their garden. Given their lively debates, that's probably safest for the rest of us. If you're curious, the garden lies at the far side of the richer quarters of the city, across the waterway from here. Common folk from the Imperial city consider themselves superior to all other common folk, which is just silly if you ask me. The prevailing thought is that everyone outside the city has all the culture of a sunburned ox. Aside from that, the people here are the same as everywhere else. Some good, some bad. I'm happy to help. It's always good to know who's competing at the higher levels. You're looking to the future. I know a little about Soldier, if you want to hear my take on him. We could also talk about Kana, if you're curious about her. My father is a smith of great renown, and he always wanted me to follow in his footsteps, but I couldn't. My blades would be brittle, and even simple ironwork would be clunky. Eventually, I had to leave home. My father is no longer my father. More precisely, I'm no longer a son in his eyes. I wasn't sure what to do after being cast from my home, but coming east to the city made sense. I was never properly trained. I've learned what I have from watching the fights here, practicing hard and staying focused. That's my story. One day I'll make it here, and my father will have to be proud of me. This is my chance to be someone great, and I'm sticking to it. He's one of the most experienced fighters here, but he's hardly a mentor. He's boastful, insulting, and a general pain. The fans love to hate him, though. He is an exceptional fighter. Years of military training will do that to you. He's currently the champion of Silver Division, which tells you something about his skills. That's all I can think of regarding Soldier. He keeps to himself most of the time.
You two sound like a pair of old crones talking about their neighbors. Everything you need to know about me is right over here.
I really respect Kana. She's undefeated, did you know? Made it all the way to Bronze Division champion without a loss. I know she's from the prosperous East, but for an Easterner, she's very reserved. Easily the most disciplined of us all. She's going to teach her style to the first person who can best her in the arena. People have been really excited about that because her sword is so deadly. Of course. What did you want to know? Right you are. Take care.
I follow all the fighters' careers. The Emperor used to attend these matches, but he stopped coming years ago.
You're one of the fighters now, aren't you? You're that tiger lifts the mountain, right? Well, there's nothing for you to do here. I take bets, and you don't get to bet when you're a fighter, so push off.
Busy, busy.
I hear the debates are...
Leave me alone.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. Even our great champions, I've already... That's the spirit. Dive right in with both feet first. It's not that difficult a system, and you seem bright enough to figure it out. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A new warrior does battle with the Beast. Stop.
That was an impressive beginning. Normally I'd have started you off against something easier, but you practically ooze potential. You've caught the eyes of the other fighters as well. Go ask them if you don't believe me.
That really was a fantastic bout.
Beating the ogre's nothing special. I could have done better bound and blinded.
Sometimes you don't even need to ask. One fight does not make a champion, though. There are many more opponents ahead of you. Let's move on, shall we? Since you held your own against the ogre brute last time, I'm going to try something exciting for the crowd. I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher matches. I'm giving you all of them at once. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Remember to watch your sides and back. Are you ready to get started? If that's the decision, be sure to return when you're ready to continue your climb through the qualifying round.
Look who stands before us, brothers. A new warrior, flush with first victory. How very quaint. Oh, yes.
Tir nik puntuir, poir nokauk, soir takitir noni. Woyo.
I watched your last match. You're just getting started, but you're on the right track. I bet you'll be facing me someday soon. Right, you?
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Too bad. I should probably say something encouraging since this was your first win ever, but frankly, I don't care. Good.
While I cannot see you, your appearances are hard to ignore. Welcome again. Are you here? May all 9 orifices stay solvent, qualifier.
I was right there watching. That ogre didn't stand a chance. The Emperor used...
That last one was a win for you, was it? I could have sworn the ogre was due for a win. Oh well, there's more silver into Lucky Cho's pocket. Surely someone around here will front me a few...
You looking for someone?
Go find...
You should stop...
Have you... I hear the debate...
I wish...
You return once again to interrupt lustful Lao, master of the Eye of Beckoning, lord of the billowing sheets? That's exactly what I intend to do. Now leave me, and don't stand between that waitress and me. You'll disturb the harmonies I've established.
want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Four students test their skills against one master.
Legendary strike. Stone immortal.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts. Be sure to return when you're ready to continue your climb through the qualifying round.
Look, a recent winner from the qualifying round. How quaint. Oh yes, we shall see you around.
Oxair caritas fonir sisair ir fur tarawir iya iawir a wukategi. Woyowir.
I watched your last match. You're really climbing the ranks. We'll be meeting soon enough. Right?
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Too bad. Surprising. Most of the time, you qualifiers hurt yourselves more than your opponents. Good. Go bother someone else.
I'm not really in the mood for company.
I was right there watching. You're gonna tear through the qualifiers. I could just tell.
That last one was a win for you, was it? Most new qualifiers don't progress like you. You're not making me any money here.
The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? People like you, and now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. I want you to disconstructulate it. Destroy the statue quickly enough, and I'll give you a shot at hapless Han. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you. Be sure...
Ukwiro ni sayir tatasiyeru yu. Wo nawir siyir fu ni winyanakan.
Look who... A fighter poised on the cusp of entering the Bronze Division. Only hapless Han stands in the way. Oh, yes.
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Surprising. Most of the time you qualify. Good.
You're gonna tear.
Most new qualify.
I watched your last match. From what I hear, you and I will meet next. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll see.
I want to hear that you're... What do you... I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children anymore. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Tiger lifts the mountain, faces hapless Han in hopes of leaving the qualifying division.
You dealt with Han very well. I knew you would. All of our professional fighters move past him eventually.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kai Lan the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come in such a short while. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how you fare in the Bronze Division. Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was good, I think. He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He is an ex-champion, you see. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. Kai Lan couldn't leave the arena alone, though. He has become a very important man here with the help of a group called the Guild. Lucky Cho is a thug, pure and simple, but he's very good at what he does. He's also a member of the Guild and reports directly to Kai Lan. Kai Lan oversees things here in the arena, and the Guild ensures that the authorities leave us in peace. The Guild is the organization that controls all of the betting in this place. That gives them considerable sway. It is good that they are happy with your progress. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more illicit activities. They are very sensitive about remaining an open secret. Many know about them, but few acknowledge that fact. Right now is a particularly dangerous time, as one of the leaders of the Guild has recently been inhumed. Kai Lan sees this as an opportunity. Do not discuss them openly. The Guild has many ears. You may ask some of the others in the arena about them if you wish, but I would not bring it up to just anyone. I would not recommend that. I'm sure the authorities are already aware of their existence. Reporting them for activities you cannot prove is like stirring a chamber pot with a short stick. You're the one likely to lose in that situation. For the sake of your career, I suggest that you limit any questions you have to your fellow fighters.
Well done! That fight was much better than this wine. With all the pure water pouring from the palace, you'd think they might have learned how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back to...
No, just here visiting, and making sure nothing happens to your newest fighter.
So you won't be...
No, leave it alone, Kui. You know better than to bring this up. Just mind your business, promoter, and I'll mind mine.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk to me again and we'll discuss your next match. I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. If you want to talk about it, ask him. I'm staying out of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for your entry into the Bronze Division. It will take me a bit of time before you'll be ready for your next fight. You should talk to the other fighters here. They've been watching you and are getting nervous. Of course, I'll need more time than that for these preparations. It's just a matter of preparing the proper documents. Why don't you kill the time by making your way out into the city? See the sights. Maybe visit the Golden Way or the Scholar's Garden. Actually, that reminds me. A woman was here watching your fight against Hapless Han, dressed all in black and veiled. She seemed impressed with your preference. Just before she left, she told me to tell my new fighter that she was still waiting to see you. She said you'd know where. Sounds like quite the invitation.
Look who... You are the unstoppable force that left poor Han a cluttered pile of optimistic wreckage at the side of the arena. I'm sure he will bounce back as fresh as ever, though. He always does. We can tell you to be careful whom you ask about such things. Secrets kept in the open are the most sensitive.
The serpent who dwells in the shadows of this place. Like an air spirit, he is everywhere and yet invisible to the eye.
Brother Sui puts it well. Kailan the Serpent is the guild's will in this place, powerful enough that only the brave or foolish discuss him at any length. Besides running the most expansive betting operation in the Empire, I speculate that they do much more than that, but we have been smart enough not to find out. We question things in the arena, though. For example, why are we allowed to fight as one body when the rules suggest such a thing should be illegal? The guild cares more for a good show than fair play. Good shows keep the bet money flowing, especially if a favored fighter were to suddenly and surprisingly lose.
I agree. I don't want them around anymore. They scare me.
If you let fear guide your decisions, Brother Boo, you will find that you have walked the coward's path.
Philosophy aside, the Empire certainly could wipe them out. But wouldn't another similar organization appear? Regardless, if something could be done, the Empire would have done it already. A wise choice. The guild always prefers that people not speak of them. Now, what do you need to know? You have earned the right to ask about your peers. Would you like to know about Soldier, or our current champion, the Ravager? It seems unfair, does it not? However, you must ask yourself if you wish to be beheaded instantly when you consider this topic. Let us put it this way. Individually, each of us is an excellent warrior, fast, strong, or smart as it may be. When we faced the Ravager individually, he beat us quite handily. Word spread that the Ravager boasted that he could beat all of us together. And so we accepted. He was victorious. Those who guide this arena were so pleased with the spectacle that they created a new challenge. Us. The thought was that anyone who couldn't defeat the brothers Sung would be obliterated by the Ravager. I'm sure we have saved more than a few lives. I prefer not to give that impression, but we have been placed in this situation by the Ravager, whose deadly nature requires our presence. In time, perhaps, that will change. We will see. Fighting as a group is not so bad. We provide a unique challenge for higher-level fighters, and fighting this way has its incentives. Suffice it to say that the Serpent makes it worth our while to fight as a group. You would benefit as well, if you could beat us. Would you like to know about Soldier? Ah, there's a mysterious one. He left the Imperial Army under circumstances. His skills quickly earned him a high rank in this contest. I expect he saw things during his time of service that would blanch the ever-rosy face of Jolly Ying Sun the Intoxicated. And yet, pretty Lili is always hanging off him. We have often speculated why she is so interested in him, but such things are not fit for polite discussion.
There is something unnatural about that one.
He smells bad, too. Like he's sick all the time or something.
Though my brothers sound like offended courtesans, they have a point. We can't deny the Ravager's abilities, but he lacks precision. Strength is part of his technique. In fact, he may be the strongest fighter here in years. Stronger even than Raging Ox, our last champion. The Ravager's prowess lies in his incredible stamina. Blows that would fell lesser men are like the bite of a gnat to him. If you face him, use your strongest techniques. Of course. What did you want to know?
We don't know nothing.
Please.
We should not discuss...
Do the stars show... Please... Oh yes, we shall see you around.
Uktatasir ni rioki, ka sisayir na work awukategi. Uksir watuafu ni froto usosawir, uktatasir ni rioki. Kwawir uyu itarir noka sisayir na workut, wo nisir wir noka takuna fifir. Wo ifuir sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk, kitir nonni nikuyo ipierta. Wo panaro wo sawir tatasi ni wasunir praun, wo sawir kokonatoi. Wono wiri fuiruk wasaf no sisitu. Kwawir ni sisir sisitu kun wano sisitu nig on wipifir. Ukir kawuwir. Wo yo wir Shakespeare woso.
Boy, that sure was something. I wouldn't have wanted to be me out there, except that I was. But I learned so much from facing you. Next time I should try some of that fancy stuff you do. I'm not exactly sure how you did it, though. You know, that's a good idea. I tend to focus on myself more than others. Perhaps I can learn some new tricks. Thanks for the encouragement. All the contestants know about the guild. They are the real power here. Keep your voice low. We don't want Lucky Cho to hear us talking about this. I don't know about the guild itself, but around here the man in charge is named Kai Lan the Serpent. He's a powerful magician and incredibly deadly in battle. Retired Imperial champion, in fact. I never have to deal with Kai Lan. I'm not good enough to compete with the big players, so he isn't interested in me. I prefer it that way. I've heard from some of the others that they sometimes ask fighters to throw matches, or worse. It may not actually be that bad, but I always advise new fighters to be careful, just in case. It's not that open, but Lucky Cho and Kai Lan don't bother to hide their actions much. I wonder if the rest of the guild appreciates them being that open. As to why the Empire tolerates them, I know of at least one promising fighter who went off to join the Lotus Assassins not too long ago. It was like they recruited him after seeing what he could do here. Maybe there's some arrangement that makes the Lotus Assassins overlook this place. It's always nice of you to stop by and chat. A lot of people who move past me in the arena never look back.
Looks like you're still You ground the hapless one beneath your feet like everyone else does, huh? Han's pathetic for wasting time on the hopefuls, if you ask me. Then again, watching Han stumble to Dr. On every time he tries to handle the real Bronze Division fights is one of the most entertaining things about this place. Good. Go bother someone else.
Hapless Han never defeats the true warriors.
That last one was a win? Who would have thought that Hapless Han would lose? At least not like that.
Saw you out there in the ring. You got real potential. Even Fang was impressed. But that doesn't mean he wants you blocking his view, so back up. He comes here to watch the fights, not talk to the fighters. I guess he figures the more he talks to you, the less time you have to inflict horrible, bloody carnage on someone in the ring. Okay, good.
The Imperials...
I am honored that you have chosen me.
What? What do you want? No, I don't think so. I've told you to watch your back, and that's all you need to hear for now. If anything needs to be done beyond that, I'll do it. I don't know. Hopefully nothing, but I'm keeping my eyes open. You just carry on and know that the Black Whirlwind's got your back. Not literally, of course. I respect you too much to go grabbing anything posterior. Good idea. You've got bigger things to worry about than me anyway. Not much bigger, mind you. Not now. I'm done talking. What? Time to bloody my axes.
Many people try to break into the bronze division and fail miserably. You should be proud of yourself.
You deserve it. It was an honor to face you.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. You'll have to face her eventually. Be ready when you do. Kana's a bit of a mystery to me. Keeps not a coin of her winnings, but is unbeaten. She's in this purely for the challenge, I think. If you face her, you'll find that her swordsmanship is deadly. Kana's studied techniques only found in the prosperous East, the provinces she calls home. She's even got a standing offer to pass the secrets of her blade mastery onto the first fighter to defeat her. So far, no one has managed that feat. I'm always happy to... The first thing to know is that this arena was founded under the auspices of sagacious Tien himself. The Emperor's blessings rest upon this place as the one true test of martial skill in the Empire. Interestingly, while we call it the arena commonly, its full name is the Trials of the Seven Gladiatorial Schools of Beneficent Light. A bound volume of the finest parchment contains the arena's rules. This tome holds over 3,000 rulings, the first dating back to the birth of the arena. Besides the name being unwieldable by the tongue, largely due to inaccuracy, there are far more than 7 schools recognized across the Empire now. Further, the Order of Beneficent Light disbanded hundreds of years ago. They are no longer the governing body of martial education, so these are not their trials anymore. Still, we hold on to the name as a reminder of the glory days. Many emperors have graced this place with their presence from a secure private viewing room. Our current emperor has not shown as much interest in the past decade or so. When he was younger, Emperor Sun was a regular attendant, but I'm sure the years have stolen away the time he once made for us. No one knows them as well as I do, and that's likely for the better. Technically, we're supposed to lead a donkey around the fighting surface before each match. I consider that to be one of the traditions best overlooked. Enough asses wander the streets around this building these days that I expect my predecessor's spirits will be satisfied. What do you need? Your next fight? I'd love to, but I'm still arranging the details of your entry into the Browns division. Besides, didn't you have some mysterious lady in black looking to meet you? Hardly an invitation I'd turn down.